Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on American Horror Story Season 9, Episode 6, which is the 100th episode of American Horror Story. Alright, we've made it 100 episodes. I've loved every episode. I've loved every season. Of course, I have my favorites and I have my least favorite. But that doesn't matter. The show is still great, I think. Even though I'm kind of disappointed that Evan Peters and Sarah Paulson aren't on this season. They were my two favorite actors on the show, besides Jessica Lange. I was really upset when she left because I think she really made the show in the beginning, and we wouldn't have what we have today if it wasn't for her. But anyway, I still love this season, but I have to admit, and I have to be honest with you guys, that this was my least favorite episode of the season thus far. That being said, it did have some great moments. Now, what I didn't like about it was the whole, time jump back and forth. It's okay, but I'm kind of over it. I wish they would have just stayed at the camp and had it, the killers chasing the counselors or the staff or even kids coming, like that whole group of kids coming to the camp. If it would have been about the killers chasing them, I thought that would have been cool. But it's American Horror Story. They're going to go in a different direction than what I think every single time. So, but that's cool. It keeps me interested and it keeps me intrigued. But I didn't like the whole, the Robin Leach, introduction to Margaret's character, who is now this big time business lady that's, buying up all the properties, that there have been murders and, events that have happened on them and making them into like a carnival freak show thing going on. But anyway, I don't like it, but I'm kind of going with it. Trevor's still alive. I guess he's a ghost, and I guess everybody is just a ghost now, so you really don't know who is real and who isn't, or should I say who's dead and who's alive. So that's kind of throwing me for a loop. And uh, the Night Stalker and Mr. Jingles, they're both dead, but they're roaming around. The Night Stalker gets put in jail for all things, and but I did like the fact that she was going to buy up, the campground again, and she's going back there. So I'm glad they didn't just, go into the city and now it's going to be about the city. I'm glad they're going back to the camp. And now that the ghosts of the people that got killed there are now killers now, and they can be seen and touched, and they're tangible, so they're real, but dead. And one of them even had, sex with what's her name? I can't remember her name. The one that's getting ready to go to the, or did go to the, get the lethal injection. It's all kind of confusing to me about the whole who's dead and who's alive. The whole show is kind of making me think that maybe everybody in the whole entire show is dead for real, and it's all just a bunch of levels of hell. Possibility, who knows with the show. But that's what's cool about the show. You just never know what's going on. It's unpredictable, and that's what I really, really enjoy about it. And but I did like the Mr. Jingles, now has a normal family, even as a kid. Is it his kid or is it that lady's kid and he kind of married into it? It may have went over my head. So, let me know in the comments below, because I'm wondering that, and I'm sure they'll make it clear next episode. But anyway, but I did like all the Mr. Jingle stuff, and the first episode when they revealed that the killer was, they revealed his face and everything. I didn't like that at the beginning, but now I understand why they did that. So it's really cool and I'm enjoying it. But the whole Night Stalker thing, now he has another girlfriend that's visiting him in the jail and all that. What's going on with him? He's dead. But he's been treated like he's alive because he's physical, and I understand, and he didn't die at the campgrounds, so he's not confined to the campgrounds. So he must have, he did die at the campgrounds, but they're going to make it out like he may have been dead before the campgrounds, because the way I'm understanding it, that if you die on the campgrounds, you can't leave the campgrounds. That's kind of the rules that they made in a couple episodes back. So it's kind of confusing me about that. Like, how is he and Mr. Jingles being able to leave the campgrounds, but others can't. So I hope that's explained. You know, sometimes in American Horror Story they do these ideas and then they just don't explain it at all. It's left to your imagination. And maybe a couple seasons later they explain it, but I really want them to explain that for me. So do you think the Night Stalker died before, and Mr. Jingles died before they went to the campgrounds, and that's why they're able to leave? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. But what do you think of this entire episode? What do you think of the season? Let me know that in the comments below. And until then, I'll see you next time. But remember, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!